Hello, everyone. This is a review for the second reading knowledge quiz on the Analects. I hope you see what I've done. That is, I put up a quiz with however many questions I choose to ask, however many points, and then I don't actually grade it that way. I read it as a whole and I make a judgment about whether I think the person who did the quiz shows an adequate reading knowledge. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to come up to my sense of what you should be able to do in a quiz like that. And then I delete the quiz and just put up a blank assignment worth 1 point. You either get a point, a half point, or zero. And it's based upon my judgment of the quiz. Um, so if you have any difficulties with the way that I graded it, please let me know. But here are for the second quiz, here's the passages that I had in mind. I think the first question was something like, why is Yan Hui of no help to the master? And the answer is because he agrees with everything that the master says, which is a pretty interesting thing to say. Or he's pleased with everything that I say, so he's of no help to me. Now, what exactly that implies needs interpretation. But it directly implies that somebody who was not pleased with everything that the master said would be of more help to him. At least say that. So again, it's just such a wonderful thing because one of the things I'm realizing, about the master is that he's humble. So if somebody is pleased with him all the time, I think he's not really comfortable with that. Why would you be pleased with me all the time? Second question about the gentleman and what point was Zigong, Zishang. I'm sorry. What point was Zigong making about the gentleman when he said, the skin of a tiger or leopard shorn of its fur is no different from the skin of a dog or sheep? It really is, in this quote here in 12.8, really about what makes a gentleman. And Zi Shang saying that it's about being a gentleman is simply a matter of having the right native substance. So it is native, being born with a certain substance, I suppose. That is, you're born a gentleman or you're not. And Zigong fundamentally disagreeing with that. Uh, and saying a gentleman's cultural refinement resembles his native substance, and his native substance resembles his cultural refinement. Which is, I'm not sure exactly what's being said there about nature and nurture and education and your native or congenital personality, but that they go hand in hand with each other. And certainly the last thing that he says about the skin of a tiger or leopard shorn of its fur is no different from the skin of a dog or sheep, the idea that the fur is like cultural refinement, education, at least implying that Zishang is wrong in thinking that you're born a gentleman. You have to make yourself into one, and uh, we're pretty much born the same. And the differences between us, I think this is a thought that you'll find elsewhere in the Analects, is a matter of experience and education. Finally, how did the gatekeeper characterize Confucius? And it's pretty amazing. This is 1438. Uh, Gatekeeper says, isn't he the one who knows that what he does is impossible and yet persists anyway? Amazing. How does that reflect on what Confucius is doing? Whatever his mission is, or whatever his goal is for himself, for others, the gatekeeper, uh, whoever that is, says, well, whatever he's doing, he knows that it's impossible, yet he keeps doing it, which is extremely interesting. I don't know what, I mean, again, like everything, it's a matter of interpretation, but that's the answer. He knows what he's doing is impossible, yet he persists